Since Project Zomboid can be difficult, I will walk you through the easiest guide to get the best possible start in the game. This method is extremely simple, yet incredibly broken, because if you follow this guide, you'll become fully equipped with powerful gear and an insane amount of supplies by the end of your very first day. This method also works in multiplayer servers, which is why it is absolutely perfect that we are sponsored by Pine Hosting. On their website, you'll be able to create a high-performance server in minutes with their extremely easy, user-friendly panel. And their prices are incredibly affordable for such a premium service. Their workshop installer alone makes adding mods seem so effortless. And even if you already have an existing server, they will personally help you move it from another host. And they don't just host Project Zomboid, they also do a ton of other great games. Don't forget to use the code SWADE for a 30% discount. Now, let's go back to the video. The first thing you'll want to do is spawn in Rosewood. Rosewood is objectively the best town to start in because all of the important buildings are located conveniently close together. There is a fire station, a police station, a convenience store, a hospital, a bookstore, a food market, an auto shop, and a gas station. Literally everything you'll need for your entire playthrough can be found along this single stretch of road. Once you spawn in Rosewood, quickly loot your starting house, and then immediately head straight to the northwestern corner of town where the fire station is located. Even though you've just spawned, you don't need any equipment or supplies at this stage. You just have to make your way to the fire station as soon as possible because it has all the important items you'll need at the start. Make sure you don't waste your energy by running because you can easily walk past the zombies on the road. I even tried this with an insane zombie population and was still able to easily dodge the hordes of Zeds in my way. Once you reach the fire station, the next step is to lure all of the zombies in the vicinity and then lead them far away. When you arrive, all you have to do is walk around the fire station while shouting constantly until all of the zombies in the area are now following you. This technique is the reason why you don't need any weapons to clear the fire station. You can simply lure all of them away without shedding a single drop of blood. Just make sure you attract all of the zombies, especially the ones inside. Once you're confident that you've lured all of the Zeds, you should lead the horde you've accumulated down this road until you reach the house at the end. This is where you take a left turn and jump over the fence back to the fire station. The area should be relatively clear if you did it right, and you'll only have to deal with a few stragglers left behind. Now that the fire station is finally clear, you'll first need to loot these 3 rooms. This room in particular is the most important one because it is usually where the tools and weapons are stored. Most of the time, there are going to be axes and crowbars inside these containers, which are one of the strongest weapons in the game. And if you're lucky, you might find the strongest weapon of all time, which deals an orgasmic amount of damage. This next room is where you will find some important medical supplies, such as bandages, disinfectants, and some pills. This is very helpful in the early game, since you'll have most, if not all, the necessary medical supplies in case you get wounded. The last room is just a laundry room, with some cleaning supplies and maybe some rags. I usually only loot this room for the bleach bottle that I can use as a water jug, so that I won't have to keep finding a sink whenever I get thirsty. Once you're done looting the 3 rooms, there are also a few containers outside that could have some useful tools and clothing. But other than that, it's time for you to make your way upstairs to the living quarters. On the 2nd floor of this building, you should first loot the kitchen, which usually has lots of food, and then loot the locker room for some very useful equipment. Sometimes there are bags, fanny packs, and other random gear in the lockers. Once you're done with the kitchen and locker room, you've successfully looted all the important rooms in the building, which means it's time for you to head out for the next step. Now that you have strong weapons, decent equipment, and a comfortable amount of food, you are more than capable of handling at least small groups of zombies. So make your way to the police station across the street and obliterate every zombie in the vicinity. You should be able to easily kill all of the zombies in the area at this point, since it's still the first day, meaning there shouldn't be many zombies yet. Before entering the building, just make sure that the perimeter outside is clear, because you don't want to get trapped inside the narrow halls of the police station. One time, I got trapped inside the bathroom and got violently molested by 10 zombies. So like and subscribe if you don't want that to happen to you. Anyway, once you're inside, head to the weapons storage room located here. The door to this room will be locked, so you'll need to loot the key from one of the dead bodies inside the building. If you can't find the key on any of the bodies, lure some zombies from outside and kill them inside the police station. Because when zombies die, they have a chance of carrying the key to the building they died in. So, just keep luring zombies inside until you find the key on one of their corpses. When you finally get into the weapon room, you will be greeted with a vast array of weapons, and you might be tempted to get the coolest one. However, the one and only weapon you need is the shotgun. This is because the shotgun is the easiest weapon to use to level up your aiming skill. Using any other gun at this point is just going to be a waste of ammo. After you've acquired the shotgun and ammo, proceed to loot the 2 locker rooms located here and here. There is plenty of awesome cosmetic loot in these lockers that you'll want to have. Just look at how badass I am with this bandana. After completing the 4 steps, you'll have all the essential items except a vehicle for transportation. Fortunately, the nearby parking lots are filled with cars, giving you plenty of options to find your first ride. If you have the burglar profession, you'll be able to easily hotwire any vehicle of your choosing. But if you can't hotwire yet, don't worry, you'll just need to find a car with a key, which is easier than it sounds. Car keys are often found on the ground in parking lots, or inside the vehicles themselves. In most cases, there will be 1 or 2 keys somewhere on the ground in a parking lot. However, they're very small, so take your time and search carefully. If you don't find any keys on the ground, then check inside the cars one by one. Sometimes you'll find a key in the ignition or inside the glove compartment. Each building along this road has its own parking lot, so you can just jump from one lot to another until you find a key. Once you've found a car with a key, the next challenge is fuel. If the car has no gas, you can siphon some from other vehicles using any empty bottle. You won't need much gas anyway, because there is a gas station down the road where you can fill up your tank. Before we move on to the final step, let's quickly recap everything we've accomplished so far. First, we spawned in Rosewood, looted our starting house, and immediately headed to the fire station. Once there, we cleared the area by luring the zombies away using only our voice, because violence is never the answer. Next, we brutally dismembered the zombie left behind inside the fire station and looted the rest of the building for essential weapons and supplies. After that, we moved on to the police station, eliminated the zombies, and equipped ourselves with a shotgun and some police gear. Finally, we checked the nearby parking lots for a vehicle for convenient transportation. And at this point, it's probably already nighttime, which means it's time to find a safe place to sleep. I usually choose to rest inside my car or inside the fire station. Both are great options for staying secure overnight. If you've followed these steps correctly, you should now have food, water, decent equipment, powerful melee weapons, the best starting gun, and a vehicle for transportation. All of this on your very first day. For the sixth and final step, we're going to loot all the other essential buildings along this road. The order you loot them in depends entirely on your immediate needs. For example, if you have the smoker trait, you might want to head straight to the convenience store to grab some cigarettes. Or, if fuel is your current priority, you'll want to hit the gas station at the edge of town first. Or, if you've run out of supplies and need more food, you could loot the houses beside the fire station for some canned food. Or sometimes, if you have nothing urgent to do, you could simply head to the bookstore to read some books and increase your skill levels. So basically, after the fifth step, whatever you decide to do next depends on your current needs. What I personally did in this playthrough is I went to the hospital right after acquiring a vehicle because I wanted to get beta blockers so that I would no longer panic around zombies. So I recommend taking a screenshot of this map or memorizing it so you can plan your route efficiently. One last thing, the reason why it is so easy for me to kill zombies in this playthrough is because I chose extremely powerful traits that allow me to one-shot zombies when I use an axe. Check out the full video that I made about it, and if you have any questions about this guide, just comment down below and I'll try to reply to all your comments as much as I can. Thanks for watching.